tell you, I was in the movie theater and the trailer for Grindhouse came on, and I was just like, yes, you girls are in there and you're kicking ass and like so strong. But are you kick asses in real life, or is it just the movie?
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty kick ass in real life.
Yeah.
Not that I haven't bruised you or anything like that, but I have a tendency.
I would say if someone hurts my friends or my family,
kick ass.
I'll be innovative.
Innovative.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
So you guys have different backgrounds. You grew up in Europe, Rose. Where in Europe did you grow up?
I was born in Italy on a commune.
Oh my gosh. Are there some Italians here?
Are you Italian or are you from a commune?
And then you, Rosario, you're from New York City. But tell me about your background, because you were a squatter, and which is really interesting. Explain what a squatter is. Does everybody know what a squatter is? Some don't, some do.
Well, I mean, if you've seen Rent, actually, you probably get a little bit of an idea of it. I grew up in a squat, which is an abandoned building my mom moved into when I was 6 years old. And we moved in. There was no heat, water, electricity, or anything. My mom was a plumber. My dad did construction. And they put the sewage lines in. And, you know, we brought up a bucket of water up 4 flights of stairs because we had no running water for a long time. And then
so when you did Rent, that was your life.
That was the real deal. Like, I grew up like that. We had one plug that came from an extension cord from a building across the way that we would have for one refrigerator for the entire building.
Oh my gosh. And how long did you guys live like that?
For quite some time, and
years?
Just a couple of years, yeah. My mom got like the sewage lines in, so we ended up slowly getting electricity and hot water, and it was a lot of work and that my parents put into there. It was pretty amazing, and I grew up with a lot of respect for that environment, I think, because unlike growing up in the projects or something a lot of the kids that I went to school with had, I grew up where my parents built the home around me. So we didn't have a lot of graffiti or anything like that. We were very proud of our home. So it was a good way to grow up, I have to say. It was a little bit kind of commune-ish. We ate tofu, and we had like all the little hippies that lived in the building. It was a very weird existence going to school afterwards.
We boiled water
We
boiled water for baths and stuff in Italy too, because you basically had to kind of suss out any place that would house 200 stinky hippies.
And then you grew up homeless? I mean, you were homeless at one point?
No, at one point I was in a state and I ran away from home, but immediately, because I figured out that gay nightclubs, they're pretty much usually, underage ones especially, are open, almost 24 hours. So I would kind of just go dance all night because it was warm in there, obviously, and I was taken, the drag queens took me under their wing. And I was, like their little toy. I was about 5 feet tall, and they taught me how to do makeup and hair, which is fantastic. And I would kind of stay with them. And they would stay somewhere for 3 weeks, then they would get evicted, and go to another apartment, stay somewhere for 3 weeks. And then eventually I went back and moved in with my dad for a couple of years.
What tips did the drag queens teach you?
Spackle.
Spackle.
All about the spackle. No, I can do, really outlandish makeup, and I can do, soft makeup. And it was very funny. One of the hairdressers we worked with, Joe, on Planet Terror and Death Proof, he said, "Girl can paint," so that's a very high
I learned how to
compliment.
paint too from drag queens and also from gay makeup artists and stuff.
They're
They'd
the
be
best.
like, "Girl, you got a contour here, and your nose is a little this, and you got to do that," and they worked it out. When we come back, the cast of the amazing movie Grindhouse. There's going to be more cast, more great stuff. We'll be right back.